loves, so today I have a Q&A for you. I haven't done one since I moved and it's been a little while. I really miss doing them frequently, so I asked you guys on Instagram and I think Facebook and Twitter for some questions. I want to quickly say I know that Snapchat Q&As are like all the rage right now, and I'm gonna try to make my next Q&A a Snapchat one because I know those are really interactive and you guys can actually like see yourselves and it's like really cool, but my phone is still super broken because Verizon will not work with me. I don't know why. So once I have a new one, which should be this month, I will do a Snapchat Q&A. But we're just gonna jump into the questions. Sam the Famous wants to know, favorite plus size lingerie brand or website? I've mentioned a few in the past, but I'm really in love with a new brand and they actually sent me one of their bras. They sent me a few of them in this particular style and I have fallen so in love with it that I really wanted to talk about it. The brand is called Third Love and I personally don't have a very large cup size, so I pretty much am really lucky in the fact that I can buy bras anywhere, but they do go up to a G cup bra, I believe. Plus they do have a nice variety of band sizes as well. So it's not just like a plus size lingerie company, it's like an anyone can buy lingerie from Third Love. I really like this bra and I kind of wanted to talk about it just because it's different from what I normally go for. You can see here it almost has like a mesh overlay and the cups, I don't know if you can tell, but they're like really soft. Normally when I go for bras like this, I literally look like I have no chest because again, I'm kind of on the border of a C. I'm almost a B cup. That's how small my boobs are. But this has a nice underwire that isn't like harsh. It's not uncomfortable through the day, but it still keeps things up. I just think the bra is really pretty. Like it has a really nice lace design. And as you can see, like in the front here, you've got little gold hardware and a bow and it just makes it kind of fun. It's just, I don't know, it's a really luxe bra and it's not that expensive. The wires in this bra are really nice and flexible. They're like nylon coated and they're nickel free. Another huge thing that I like is that the back here, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to get a feel, but the back, like, what do you call this? The clasp area is nice and padded and it's tag free. So no itching, no uncomfortable like rubbing through the day. It's a very comfy bra and I just think it's nice and cute. Everything about it is just really comfortable. The lace is nice and soft. It's not itchy or scratchy. Again, this area is padded, which makes it really comfortable through the day, but it's not lacking in detail either, which I think is really nice. So they actually have a really cool promotion going on where you can try out their bras for 30 days. You literally only have to pay $1 for shipping. You get in your bra and you can try it for 30 days. And if you don't like it, you just send it right on back. And if you do want it, you can purchase it. So I think it's a really cool idea. And I wanted to talk about it because they are running that promo. So for those of you who want to feel it in your own hands, you want to know how soft it is, how nicely made it is, you know, you want to see it for yourself and know the different features, I highly recommend it. I will have the link down below. I think it's just like thirdlove.com/LoeyLane. Here's the same one in nude, by the way. I haven't worn this one yet, which is why the tags are still on, but you can see it's so pretty and it still has that gold hardware. So I think a lot of you will be able to get this one because they do have such a wide size range. So yeah, that's my favorite lingerie company of the moment. So many of you guys are asking how I like Texas, where I'm living in Texas. I haven't 100% decided if I want to say where we're stationed at in Texas, just because I have met a few of you when I'm like out and about and stuff, and that's totally fine. A lot of you have figured out where I live. I've said this in a Q&A before, but you know, like it's my husband's job. We're here for his work. I kind of want to keep some things private, but if you see me out and about, feel free to say hi. It's not like I'm living in secrecy, but I really love Texas so far. It is hot. Hot. It is like so warm here and I'm hoping it gets cool soon, but I love the weather. I will say my hair has been really bouncy and like, well, it's curled with an iron right now, but it's been like really bouncy and healthy and curly since I moved here, and I think it's because Kansas had like no moisture in the air and it was so dry. There's also so much to do, but I think that could also just be that I literally came from Kansas, where I didn't grow up there, but we were living there for a while. And where I was from, there was literally nothing to do. So now it's like I can go to Target in 2 seconds if I want to. And now it's like there's so much to do in my area, which just makes me really happy. So I love Texas. My dogs love Texas. I love my home. I love this place. I could probably live here forever and be totally happy. The real Aaron asks, who gets this Saturday, me or Thai Baby Lane? Actually, Aaron, you should probably check your text messages because I think you. Aaron's my best friend and former roommate, in case you guys don't know. So I don't know if you're watching, Aaron, but you should keep your eye out. Abby Gillum wants to know, how are your dogs and cats? They're good, Abby. That's such a sweet question. Can you tell us more about how you got them and their stories? I absolutely can. I did did a furry friend tag with Etsy, and I don't remember why I took it down. I just did, and I don't have the file footage anymore. But my stories of Etsy and Maka and Hamlet, but Hamlet's no longer with us, were not that interesting. I can tell Riley my rescue story, and I have filmed it a few times, but it's a really emotional story and it's hard for me to talk about. Just because it was an ugly situation. So I promise I will film it and I will get it up just in my own time. Kind of be patient, but thank you for asking. That's such a thoughtful thing to be questioning about my pets. Peace, love, cookies. Loey, how have you learned to deal with the hate and negativity? Girl, to be perfectly honest with you, it totally gets to me sometimes. Like, there are days where I won't read comments. I've talked to my other YouTube friends about this before, and I've been like, do you ever go through spells where you just stop reading everything? And they're like, yes, absolutely. I don't think it makes me a bad person. It doesn't mean that I don't want to communicate with you guys, but it does mean that I'm in a place where it's too overwhelming and I feel like I might snap. I've been called every name in the book. I have been ridiculed for everything in my life. My family has been ridiculed. My pets have been ridiculed. It gets to a point where you have to realize it's not you, because not everything in your life can be so screwed up, you know what I mean? I'm fully aware that there are things about me that people just don't like, but I also know that there are people who literally just will never like anything about me because it's about me. And it's difficult, and for anyone who's starting YouTube, I think that that's a hard lesson to learn, or anyone in life in general. Not everyone's gonna like you, and they don't really have to have a reason, they just won't. And that was really hard for me because I'm a person who feeds on positive energy, and I love to be loved, I love to be liked, and I like to like other people. I'm not someone who, I don't know, I don't like having negative energies, and I don't like having negative relationships. So it was hard, and it's still hard, and it still gets to me sometimes, but I think I'm getting better at coping. Given how you were when you got married, how did you know you were ready for marriage? Did you know you were ready? No, I wasn't sure I was ready. I chickened out 4 or 5 times and Tyler, being the godsend that he is, was just so patient. But it was never I'm really unsure to be married to Tyler. You know, I was never oh, I don't want to marry this person. It was oh my God, am I ready to be married? Am I even in a state of mind where I could be? I think that's the important thing. I think that if you're having second thoughts about the person, that can be an issue, but it was never that for me. It was I'm 19, you know, what if I grow up and decide I want to be president of the United States? Would being married be okay then? And that's kind of, that doesn't really make sense. I don't know how to explain it, except that I wasn't sure, but then it happened, and I've never ever second guessed my choice. I've never ever regretted it. I think a lot of you who follow the vlog channel probably see how happy I am on a daily basis. And it's probably hard to see that through my main channel because it's all really superficial and talking about fashion and beauty, but there's a lot more to my life, obviously. So I would never change getting married young personally. Was I ready? Absolutely not. If I had a daughter who got married when she was 19, I probably would blow my casket. I was pretty mature, and I kind of went through a phase where I was partying a lot, and just wasn't hanging around the best people. But I think every 19-year-old or 20-year-old goes through that. And so, I mean, I never would change it for anything. And I loved getting married young. I loved being a young wife, and I love growing up with my husband and kind of exploring the adventures of adulthood. Kind of along the same lines, Brittany Aubrey wants to know, what's it like being married? Is it everything you thought it would be, and do you want kids? I love you too, first off, and it's really fun being married. I don't really remember what it was like before. I don't think I could ever go back to dating. I don't know. I described it one time as having an eternal slumber party with your best friend, and there are definitely fights and disagreements, and there are nights where it's not so fun, but primarily it's just kind of the best time of my life. And I do want kids, but not in the foreseeable future. I am having so much fun focusing on my career and figuring out where YouTube and the rest of my life is taking me. YouTube is branching off into so many bigger and not better things, because I think YouTube is probably the best thing that I've ever chosen to do, but it has given me opportunities I never would have gotten otherwise. So right now I'm having fun with that, and no babies, not for a while at least. I hope I'm saying your name right, ZV Lay. What made you decide to go vegetarian? P.S. If you ever need any pointers on vegetarian/vegan, I'm here for you, girl. Love ya. I love you. Thank you. That's very generous. Okay. So a lot of people have asked me to make a full video on this, so maybe at some point I can go more in depth. At first it was very personal and it was not something I was ready to talk about. And now I've been vegetarian for like half a year. Wow, it's been a really long time. It was literally an overnight change, but it wasn't necessarily a conscious decision at first. Basically, when my husband was gone on a training, I had a really meat heavy meal the night before, and I woke up feeling horrible, like awful. And so it wasn't like something where it was just like, oh, no more meat ever again. It was like, oh, that doesn't make me feel good. Like, I don't like how I'm feeling with this. And so it just so happened that for a day I didn't eat it. I was hanging out with a friend of mine at the time a lot, and we both were like very fruit loving people. I remember she would come over and we would make like fruit salads and eat just like copious amounts of fruit on the daily. And it happened really organically. It was like, it started and I was like, wow, I haven't eaten meat in a few days and I feel really good. And I started doing some research. I found some YouTubers I really like. Fully Raw Christina, I watch her a lot. She's a huge inspiration to me. And she's a full vegan and she's also a fully raw vegan, but just the way that she explains things and talks about things just made a lot of sense to me, and she's a really genuine person. And so I was like, okay, well, this is easy enough. I'm not really eating animal products at all right now. I'll just go vegan. But it's hard. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Being vegetarian is not hard, at least not for me. I had missed chicken like 3 times, maybe, and that's it. I haven't craved anything else. But full vegan, I commend vegans so much, because it's not an easy way. Like, it's difficult. You have to think about everything you're putting in your body. So I don't know if I'll ever go fully vegan. I've had moments where I've tried it. I've had moments where I've thought about it. At this point, I'm really comfortable with my diet. I will say there were a few health problems that arose because I was not smart about it. I did a lot of research on why I should not eat meat, but I didn't do a lot of research on how to supplement my body. I still am struggling really bad. I was taking iron tablets, but they weren't really working, and I was extremely anemic. Like, I remember I had a bruise on my leg that didn't heal for like a really long time, and it was kind of scary. I also had a trip to the hospital because food was just not digesting. I wasn't drinking enough water. You have to hydrate a lot more when your foods are full of fiber. So I know that going to the hospital seems extreme when you can't poop, basically, but that was what happened. Also found out that I'm extremely intolerant to soy the hard way because a lot of the fake meats and stuff are made with soy. I know it's not something that everyone is interested in, but I went vegetarian very fast. I never looked back. I don't miss meat. Travis Q wants to know, why do you choose to wear fake lashes and heavy makeup? Why not go minimal and let you, in quotation marks, shine through? Well, Travis, because I like wearing makeup, and because me, although I'm really still me with makeup on, I don't turn into another person, is still pretty. If you wanna separate me from me, so me without makeup, I'm really confident in myself without makeup. I wear makeup like maybe 2 days a week tops. Like, it is an actual art form. Like, people do the craziest things with makeup, but I like the way that I feel with it. I like creating different looks and expressing myself through makeup. So that's why I wear it, and that's why I don't let me shine through. Jenna the Jumbled wants to know, someone has probably asked this, but what is your favorite foundation that won't make you look cakey? BTW, I love you in your videos. Thank you for watching them, and I love you too. Right now, I really like the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and for me personally, it doesn't ever look cakey, but I blend it in with my fingers. If you use a brush, it can get really heavy and like attach itself to every little thing, but I quite like the way that it looks blended in with just like warm fingers, or maybe like a beauty blender sponge if you're weird about touching the face. I also really like the IT Cosmetics CC cream, which is really more of a foundation. It's an ultra hydrating formula, but it has a ton of coverage, and it can look really natural if you go sparingly, or it can be a full coverage, but I find it never cakes up or looks like really artificial on the skin, which is cool. Jen_Johnson wants to know, what was my dream job as a kid? And my dream job as a kid was to be a pediatrician, which I know is kind of a strange dream to have. I always thought I wanted to be a doctor, and then more so with that, I was like, I don't know, I had a really great pediatrician growing up, and she was so smart, and I just admired her so much, and I think that I really fed off of that, and then my parents were like, oh yeah, be a doctor, be a doctor. So it was always like, I want to be a pediatrician, I want to be a pediatrician, and then I started science courses in college and realized I did not want to be in the medical field nearly as badly as I thought. I also at one point wanted to be a teacher, but my parents wouldn't pay for my college if I wanted to be a teacher because they were teachers and refused to let me do it, which was kind of bad. I think that's actually gonna be it for me today. I didn't answer as many questions as I normally do, but it's getting kind of dark outside and I need to go ahead and wrap this up and go get some dinner in my belly with my hubby. But thank you guys so much for watching. I feel kind of weird about the fact that I feel like I haven't been communicating with you guys as much lately, and it's been sort of hard for me. It's just been a lot of travel and a lot of go, 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 go. It's also been hard not to talk to you guys, and I've missed you. So if you enjoyed the Q&A, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Maybe I'll start doing these more. I don't know. I really enjoy talking to you guys and feeling like we're having an actual conversation. It makes me feel really good. So again, I hope you all enjoyed, and subscribe if you have not already. Of course, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.